feared for the power of her mind, worried about what she could find. Hey air signs, this is your summer reading. I'm reading for all the air signs together, and your reading is the last one I'm filming, and yours is also the most positive one. The other readings were also positive and good, but yours is even better. Like, it's extremely positive. The vibe is really good. There is some kind of disillusionment during the summer, but it's not some kind of you were being naive in a situation and you need this disillusionment to learn some kind of hard lesson or just to learn a normal lesson. No, I feel like this is about overthinking less in general, and especially regarding some kind of self-doubts that you had, questioning yourself. Maybe you felt insecure about something, maybe you thought you made a mistake somewhere where you didn't, and then you overanalyzed it. And I feel like there's a huge relief coming in regarding that here. And I feel like you're going to be quite detached from things, like not in a negative, careless, psychopathic way, just in a healthy way. And I feel like you will less empathize with others, which I also don't mean in a negative way at all. Like, empathy is important and it makes us human, but sometimes we overdo it, and that's what I mean with detachment. You can still understand what place someone is coming from. You can still understand their feelings and try to help them. But it's like suffering less when you see someone else's suffering. Like, not being utterly untouched by it. But, sometimes it can really throw us off extremely. Sometimes we suffer even more when someone tells us something what happened to them than the person to whom it happened. I have seen this a lot in my life. When I told someone like a story of my life that was really terrible, like the lowest thing that you can imagine that can happen to a person in life, then I realized, like, maybe it was a mistake to tell that to someone, because sometimes I feel like if people are sensitive and empathetic, they suffer even more than the victim itself. So if you are like this too, there could be some kind of relief regarding that coming in here as well. I also feel like there is some kind of spiritual understanding, because we have the Infinity card here. And infinity always sounds like something spiritual, because our physical life is not infinite. There is something beyond that, which is, and I feel like you might tap into something, in some kind of knowledge or energy, and that will give you like a huge relief. And when you tap into that spiritual realization, there's also a positive change regarding your money coming in. There's wealth coming in. If this is not literal wealth, like becoming super rich, it's just a very, very pleasant increase in your finances. Something is becoming much smoother than it was before. Especially because we have the card better below the wealth card, so there is something nice coming in here for you. There could be something romantic coming in as well. We have the open card, where the image on the card looks quite romantic. If you're not interested in romance, or you already have that, if you have that, it could deepen even further. If you don't have that and you are not interested in that, this could be a friendship. It could be an openness with you and your higher self. It could just be trusting life again, because maybe you can feel the shift. You can feel the change here coming in. And maybe for a long time you couldn't trust life anymore because too much happened. But this will change here as well. And we have maturity below the infinity card. Maturity isn't necessarily a spiritual thing, even if people have no spiritual connection or they are not spiritual at all. They can still mature the older they get. But, maturity is not really wisdom. It's not like necessarily knowing something beyond life, but it is knowing something about life, having life experience and having certain understandings about, the phases of life, people, and so on. So this is a nice mixture. It's maturity and infinity. It is maturity that comes from spirituality and it's not only bound to life. Like you have glimpses of what is beyond life. And this will deepening during this summer. It feels like a lot of open spaces here for you, like spiritually, money-wise, relationship-wise, like as if everything is perfect. We have imagination here, and usually I perceive it as a little bit of a, maybe not negative card, but imagination, isn't always the best thing. It can just be fantasizing, being dreamy, and, not being realistic. But in your case, I feel like it's more the opposite. I feel like we have the Order card here as well. And I feel that, yes, this disillusionment will break some of your habits of imagining things that will never come true. But yet, this imagination card, the very first feeling I had is that it is telling us that a lot of things that you were imagining will come true. Like it's more a kind of sign here that some parts of your dream life that you were imagining are coming true. So that's quite positive. We have the Order card between infinity and maturity, and it becomes even more spiritual here. Like there's some kind of divine order. There's an order. It's like you're being in tune with the circumstances in your life. You are being in tune with your higher self. Your higher self is being in tune with the most highest self. And it feels like everything is just falling into place. And I said it earlier, like, I don't like to use this word perfection. I don't think that everything can always be perfect. But maybe in rare cases it can, and your reading feels just so perfect. And this Order card is just right in the middle of the whole reading. And I feel like for you, it isn't even so important to have this romance and wealth. Like, all the spiritual cards, the cards of maturity and spirituality, they are all in the middle of the spread. Like this is the center, this is the focus, this is what's most relevant to you here. And all the other nice circumstances are just built around it, and they are secondarily. Then we have growth, always a good thing, growth, together with the wealth card and better. So there's something about your financial situation that will obviously improve here. And we have joy. Just to finish this whole reading, couldn't get more perfect. Well, maybe it can. What else should I say? You know what it means. Joy is joy, and everything is getting better here. Very nice. I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.